50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of The Dream Wager presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. A little more on them in just a little, but welcome in, everyone. Episode 521. Today is Thursday, May the 1st. We're already in the next month, kid. Happy to be here with you. It's been a nice few days here in the Northeast.
Yeah, some would say a little too nice. Some rain is bound to come. Few from Jersey, some bad weather is bound to come. But other than that, been pretty good, Dill. We got some playoff action. Got to talk about that. But other than that, let's get into it. Everything's been pretty damn good, honestly.
Yeah, without the pollen, but outside of that, everything has been good. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind a little shower here and there to get some of that pollen out. But right now, kid, currently sweating out. Oh, they fucking suck. Watching the Mets.
Real quick, everything's been great but betting. It's been a rough week.
Oh, really?
Been a rough week.
So I'm actually on a 7-0 streak in the Diamond. So I've been on kind of a heater as of late. But
so like this, if you faded me yesterday, you're up thousands.
Wow.
0-6 yesterday.
Wow.
It was really
that's impressive.
Yeah. It was really yesterday that made it it was already a bad week. It wasn't a good week. Let's just say that. Yesterday made it, I can't recover this week. No matter how well, maybe if I have a banger weekend, maybe we could break even. But so far, that 0-6 is doing bad. It's doing bad.
Yeah. Hopefully we could turn that around here, kid. But we got a great episode for you guys today. We got Malcolm Bamford of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network on to preview and give out some winners for the Kentucky Derby. It's always nice to have him on. We had him on last year. We'll have him probably on every year to break down the Kentucky Derby for us. Yeah, legend in the game. We also talk some baseball with him as well. We do a MLB show together, him and I. So good to get him on. We, like Elvis said, we got NBA and NHL playoffs going on. Little NFL news as well. But we'll have picks for the Derby. We'll have picks for the NBA, NHL. Big game, big slate actually for the ice today. And then UFL Week 6, kid. This week, usually by now, at least one or two teams have been eliminated. 0 teams have been eliminated so far.
And you know who's in the thick of things, right?
The DC Defenders.
No.
Who?
Houston
Roughnecks.
I love that. Who knew?
Not me. Not me. Memphis still 1-4 coming off that big win. We'll talk about that a little later on in the program, kid. But I do want to start in the association. Cavs, they get the job done. They sweep the Heat. I mean, it just wasn't a game from the very start. It was bad.
Yeah. We didn't get there with Donovan Mitchell's over. Didn't need it. Got there with the minus, what was it? 8.5, 9,
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Like I said, it's been not a great week. So we went right from the get-go, 1-1 on a Monday. But impressive overall win in dominant fashion by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Long story short, I think they set an NBA record in the final 2 games. I think the combined win was 81 points, which is an NBA playoff record. Shout out to Cleveland Cavaliers. Impressive win. Miami Heat, real quick. Pat Riley, you're a legend, and you're a basketball savant. I think I used the word.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
But I think it's time to go. I think everybody has their time to go. All respect, Pat Riley. Nobody's gonna tell you to go, but I think it's time for you to realize maybe my little gems I had here and there. Maybe you don't have it no more. That fastball you had just a couple decades, you don't have no more. So I think Pat Riley, as the GM or front office for the Miami, I think he should step down.
I think it's going to be a good series between them and the Pacers. I think Pacers are a good team, but Cleveland's just so good right now. I don't think they're going to be able to beat Cleveland. Do you think this Jimmy Butler news kind of fucked up? I love the head coach Spoelstra. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach for the Heat. but I kind of think it derailed them. And obviously, someone could say,
Of
obviously it
course.
was their best player, but still, that's the reason. All the turmoil, the media hype, kind of ruined things for the Miami Heat.
And not for now, I'm not gonna blame Jimmy, but the way the Heat handled the situation is also their fault as well. Like I said, Pat Riley, um, the season was sabotaged from the begin with. We know Jimmy Butler wasn't happy. He looked like he wanted to move prior to the season. He was sitting out games November, early December.
Yeah.
So to me, from the get go, the season was kind of sabotaged. And once again, this comes down to the front office of Pat Riley. If your superstar's not happy and you know he wants to leave, why make him suffer? Why suspend him? Why do all this and kind of damage his reputation / name through the media instead of just moving him on the back end without nobody knowing? Have we seen multiple teams in the NBA history have done?
Pacers, they close out the Bucks in 5. I mean, I have so many ways I want to talk about this game. Doc and Ty Lue might be on the same page. Yes, they've won championships, but still not good
Championship.
coaches. Championship. Yeah, not singular, not plural. But you got to leave Dame in. I mean, not Dame. You got to leave Giannis in. And I like the little scuffle between Halliburton's dad and him. I don't like all the apology because now it's like, they all did the right thing.
Well, put it this.
It gives us nothing to talk about.
I agree, but I would disagree in saying Tyrese Halliburton's dad was wrong.
He was wrong. You don't go on the court. Even Halliburton came out and said my dad should have done that.
Yeah, Now, if you're gonna do something like that, you should at least stand on it. But I understand you don't want to take nothing away from your son. You don't want to, fine, or you don't want to lose your courtside access because the dad gets great seats, and I guarantee he's not paying the value of those seats. So, I think he was great for him and everybody apologizing, accepting it. Even Giannis post game didn't really make it personal, but at the end of the day, he took a step that didn't need to be crossed. So shout out the Pacers for take care of business. That last 50 seconds was honestly,
it was an 8-0 run they ended the game
that
on.
was great. And then the fact that Tyrese was able to get the last game-winning shot on Giannis on a nice drive.
Yeah.
I have to quote you on this. That was not an underrated move right there. That was not an underrated. Not a lot of guys that we would consider underrated is going to make that play to win the game against you. You could make the case the best player in the league. I'm not saying he is, but some people can make that case. So shout out the Pacers. I think next round is going to be tough, but I give you what, they do have the experience. This team was battle tested last year, made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be a tough task for them to reach it again. I give them a small shot.
It was so funny looking at the pictures of Halliburton's dad go up to Giannis, and Giannis just look he's like looking down at him.
I think Giannis knew who he was, but wasn't 100% sure.
He's like, who the fuck is this guy?
And
it's
then
like
he was like, I
voice.
seen him before.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's like, I seen this guy. He has to be somebody, because Giannis was just like,
it's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I think Giannis at that moment was like, who is you talking shit? And damn, we really just lost this game. I honestly think that he was more concerned about the game than Tyrese's father. And shout out Tyrese's father, because he's just passionate about his son, advancing to the next round. He should be happy. That was okay. But he did cross a line.
Yeah. There's one thing about being happy, but you can't do that.
At first, when he was holding up the towel or whatever, and he was about 4 or 5 feet, that's fine. Like, he was at half court. Giannis was about 5 feet behind. Then you got up to Giannis. It was no need.
This is exactly what Russell Westbrook was talking about. There's a one thing about being passionate fans and even getting onto the court a little bit to celebrate with your son and the team. But when you go into opposing team who just lost a buzzer beater and got eliminated, now you're going to their face.
That's a step.
That's a step too much. And he's a referee in his hometown, Halliburton's dad.
He knows better.
He knows that's
you gotta lead by example, sir.
Do we take away his reffing card now?
Oh, come on, Dale. Come on. Don't be a Karen.
It's a fair question.
Don't get me wrong. Should he play this? Should he not
suspended for game 1?
Should you take away his courtside access?
Game 1
for a series
for the rest of the
for the rest of the playoffs. Let's just be honest. Rest of the playoffs, I have not an issue with that. put him in the box. Then there, he's there. He's gonna be
my man Jeff Ulbricht's son, and Jeff Ulbricht got fined $250,000 for a prank call.
He might. Who knows? They might get fined for that. That was
good.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. The best part of all of it in the background was Brooke Lopez dapping up the mascot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, yo.
Legend. And not to take it out, Giannis had a 30 and 20 game.
He had a whole series, cuz.
Yeah.
He was the best player. He just didn't have a team. Brooke Lopez was the best. He said, yo, hard-fought series, man. I love Brooke Lopez.
Legend.
I love him. He's a legend.
Brooklyn Nets legend.
Yeah. He's okay. But yeah, Pacers gonna be a tough series in the next round. But yeah, the picture with Brooke Lopez and the mascot is top 5. We do cash our Celtics in 5 ticket. They take care of the Magic. It's tough to see the Magic. I think they're a good young team. They might be deep, but they don't. Outside of Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero, they really don't have that next guy. You know,
I've been saying it, man. They need to trade some of those guards they have on the bench, the talented guards. You could trade 2 or 3 of those and land yourself an all-star or a superstar to complement Paolo and Franz Wagner. I think the Magic are honestly a all-star or superstar away for contending in the East. Maybe not as good as Cleveland and Boston, but I'll give them a shot to be right there with the Bucks, Cleveland, and Boston Celtics.
The over 5.5 games cash for will officially cash tonight for the Nuggets and the Clippers. I'm gonna go back to it, and this is a fair question: is Ty Lue a good coach?
He's a great coach. Still,
there's no way you could be a great coach and lose like that. You have the more talented team, and you lose like that. There's no explanation.
I understand that, but you had a abysmal game from multiple people on the roster. James Harden had a bad game. Nicholas Batum needs to give you a little more in 21
Typical
minutes.
James Harden in the playoffs going MIA.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think Ben Simmons even if he gets 5 minutes, I think he got 5 minutes the other day, got to give him something. This playoff basketball, you got to give him something, a board, few assists, at least 4 points, draw a contact, something. So give credit to Denver. I think they got the best player in the world. And again, Jamal Murray give him 40 piece, 30, 43 points. That's vintage. That's playing, not playing. That's Orlando COVID Jamal Murray. Vintage.
He hit 8 threes.
Yeah, that's what he was doing in the bubble deal. So this is not surprising for Jamal Murray. No, come playoff time, if healthy, Jamal Murray could give you 30 plus points any given night. It's just, is he going to be able to give you that on a consistent level? So it's going to be tough sailing for the Clippers moving forward. It's going to be a great game tonight, but still, if Jamal Murray and Jokic are in rhythm like they were just a couple seasons ago, it's going to be a tough night. Any team in the West and in the NBA with those two are in rhythm.
I think so many people get tricked by how good of a roster the Clippers have, or Ty Lue. Let's just say Ty Lue, because that was the question. Ty Lue has, and everyone's like, "Oh, maybe this is the year." They have the guys, and then this happens, and then he gets bounced in the next round.
I don't know if he has the guys to, to win the West, or but
people were picking them to win. They were the hottest team coming into the
they
playoffs.
Win, 17 out of the last 19?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, getting around Clippers were hot. Is it all Ty Lue's fault? Got to give him some, but I'm not going to give him all.
80%.
No.
And I think, is it a fair question? Is Zubac the best player on that team outside of Kawhi?
I tell you what, besides Kawhi, Zubac is Mr. Consistent. He's going to give you around 15 to 10 boards a night.
He's legit.
Right now, Zubac, I think 10 plus rebounds is minus 1,200. That's
yeah. He had 27 the other night.
I'm telling you, man, he's like that. And mind you, the Lakers traded that man away for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly who they need right now.
Rockets take game 5 at home. Game was over early. I mean, the game was over within
First
20
quarter.
minutes. Yeah. And then Steve Kerr, he's known for this. He'll take the starters out and kind of, honestly, it got close. It got to like 13 in the fourth quarter, but too much of a lead. Rockets do take game 5. They're still down 3-2, but the game is going back. Are you worried about Steph's thumb? It looked bad.
Am I worried about it? Not too much, but it does look bad. What is it exactly? It's not like, is it a fracture? Is it sore? Is it swollen? Is it dislocated? I'm not sure, but it doesn't look good. I tell you that. real quick on the Rockets. Still, the Rockets started off hot. I think they started the game like 8 for 11 or something like that as a team. 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, starting the game. It was trouble early on. Everybody was hot. Min Thompson, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet has been honestly. If Fred VanVleet keeps it up, though, I think the Rockets
Champion.
yeah, they have a chance in this series. Fred VanVleet back-to-back games, 25 plus points. That could move the needle a little bit. Steph Curry is a little. I'm not gonna say wobble because it's his thumb, but if he's not, able to give you 25, 30 plus, I don't know, man. I give the Rockets a shot. I think it'll be tough to win and go to state, but if they're able to contest and come out, like Jalen Green, he got hurt early on, but he came out hot. Amir Thompson came out hot. Dylan Brooks hit his first few shots, and if Fred VanVleet could give you 20 plus points tonight, the first few games he struggled, Dill. If he gives you 20 plus, Rockets have a chance.
Hand up, I was wrong. And Ant Edwards, he was trolling everyone in the streets, and I was one of them. I said Lakers in 5, T-Wolves in 5. I'll tell you that. I'll be honest, kid. I knew the T-Wolves, they were the deeper team. But truthfully, I thought in half court scenarios with Luka, LeBron, I thought they would be too much. And to be honest, I didn't think Anthony Edwards, I knew he's a star. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a top 10 player in the league. But I didn't think he would be the best player in this series, and he was by a mile. So you got to give credit to them. They're a really good team, and they're a team that fools me every time because during the regular season, they had trouble closing out games. But in this series, they've been closing every game out besides that one that they lost. So you got to give credit to the T-Wolves. A very good series from them.
Yeah, let's not forget, people. T-Wolves this is back-to-back years. They're top 5 in defensive rating. Say what you want about Rudy Gobert, hate him or love him. What he did yesterday was a great performance. I'm not going to say what I was going to initially say, but still, that was a great performance by Rudy Gobert. Nobody saw that coming. 27 and 24. Lakers couldn't do anything without him. What I kept saying, Dill, the biggest hole with the Lakers is that number 5 position. Jackson Hayes can't give you enough. Finney Smith is too small. LeBron is too small. Rudy Gobert has the capability of eating them up inside, and we saw that in Game 5. The biggest difference to me is Julius Randle. He's been consistent this series. Back-to-back games, 20 plus. I think he gave you 25 in Game 4 to close that game out. Julius Randle, man, if he could be consistent enough, we already know Anthony Edwards is going to show up. They closed this game out in Los Angeles. Edwards was 5 for 19 from the field, 0 for 11 from the 3-point line, give you 15 points, and they're still able to win this game. So this shows you how deep they are. Naz Reid, only 3 points in 21 minutes. I don't expect him to continue that. So the potential is there for the Timberwolves. If Anthony Edwards keep doing Anthony Edwards things, I've said it last pod, Still, I think it's a small shot. Anthony Edwards has a chance to show he might be the best player in the NBA right now.
Since 2019, I want to read you LeBron's accolades.
Real quick, I know one. I think he's 2-14 in the playoffs since then.
No. This is his
as a Laker. Last 3 years, I think.
So 2019, he missed the playoffs. 2020, won the NBA Finals. 2021, bubble year. 2021, eliminated in the first round. I actually like the bubble. I was a big proponent of the bubble. 2021, eliminated in the first round. 2022, he missed the playoffs. 2023, swept in the Western Conference Finals. 2023, they did win the in-season tournament. Got to give them, they got to raise the banner. 2024, eliminated in the first round. And then this year, they were eliminated in the first round. Now, LeBron came out. He said, you know what? I don't know what the future holds. He always comes out and says that. But he's not going to retire this year, maybe in another year or two. But I think he's done winning championships, kid. As much as a LeBron fan I am, he just doesn't have it right now.
I'm not going to say he's done winning championships, but I think we've seen the end of LeBron being the face of the team or the MVP of the team anymore. Because they got Luka. Luka ain't going. I highly doubt Luka's going anywhere.
He's a liability on defense, though. They picked on him.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that 100%. But Luka's not going nowhere. So off the rip, LeBron don't need to dribble and bring up the ball as much. his usage rate is gonna drop tremendously moving forward. That's a plus. To me, they got not a lot, but they have some cap space to add a player or two. To me, they need to work on the inside though. They need a big man or two because Jackson Hayes, he's a nice player, but he's not going to get the job done. Finney Smith is good. He's a nice role player coming off the bench, but he's not going to be. He can't give you 30 plus minutes a night, 25 minutes a night at the 5 position. So I think the Lakers needs to get a little deeper at the guard position. Gabe Vincent is nice, but I think they could do a little better at that department. And like I said, just show up at the 5. I think they could still be a championship team with Luka and LeBron there. Just need to get the right other piece. To me, I know it's not going to happen, but a piece that I would love to see would be like a la Jimmy Butler. Hey, who knows? Giannis just went out the first round. You don't think Luka, Giannis, and Bron can win a chip next year?
What are your thoughts on JJ Redick in his first year? People say he stormed out of the press conference. Who gives a fuck? I really don't care about that, if I'm being honest. And I think he was fine. Honestly, I think we're part of it. But like the media is kind of fucked, in my opinion, where it confuses the gotcha questions with real journalism, in my opinion. So, a lot of people begged for new voices in coaching, and now they're mad when you get the new coach and he brings like this new style to it. I think he is a little stubborn the way he coached the fourth quarter in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
The first year for the last 3 coaches in their first year as head coach for the Lakers, Frank Vogel won the NBA title bubble. DeVar Ham, he made the Western Conference Finals. JJ Redick lost in the opening round. I think it's a tough break. I think he has a lot of arrows on his back, and unfortunately, in this culture, Elvis, when you're high up and when you're at the top, people just want to see you fall.
Yeah, I agree with that, though. But for the season, I think it was the playoff run, not great. But overall, though, I think it was success. I think the Lakers over-under was 44.5 games.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to get to 50. If you told me the Lakers was going to, first time in, 3-4 years, not be in the play-in, I would have told you you're smoking something. They were the 3rd overall seed, deal. To me, that's impressive. Got to give the Lakers that and JJ Redick, that first-year head coach, going over your win total, being the number 3 seed, having home court advantage in the first round, and you just happen to come up short in your first playoff appearance. Timberwolves was heavily talented, no denying that. And I agree with you on one thing. JJ was mostly stubborn in those second halves, fourth quarter, in my opinion, against game 4 in Minnesota. But I think with an experience that will come. This is his first year coaching. I'm not gonna, drag him for it. At the end of the day, he thought, or honestly, I think he believed that was the best lineup to win that game. And,
yeah,
and it's hard not to think that, because I honestly think it was, but those guys needed at least 2-3 minutes each in that second half, and they weren't able to. And JJ will learn from that, hopefully. So I think he'll be just fine. I think the Lakers will be just fine. Like I said, I think they need an interior piece or two, and I think the all-star, maybe superstar, another player comes in. Hey, they'll be right there.
So you think he's a good coach? You don't mind him?
I think he's the potential to be a great coach still. From the first season, yes, he just needs to. If he had a deeper bench, maybe he goes a different route. But we can't. Let's just be honest, though. That bench wasn't.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I like JJ. I think he's a good coach. I'm just playing devil's advocate. And I think he's different. And I think people sometimes don't like different, but. We'll see.
One thing real quick I could say is that we saw even publicly, he wasn't scared to carve into his players. Like, he'll call out LeBron, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Luka, all of them right there on the bench on the sideline. And not too many coaches are built like that. I like the fact that he calls out and gets the best out of their players. Even LeBron. You understand? LeBron said in one of the post games, hey, JJ might come off and rub you the wrong way, but at the end of the day, he's doing what's best for the team.
Yeah. No, I would agree. And to be honest, the one thing I really did agree with him at is he said, that they need to get in championship conditioning. They're not the youngest team. So they need to prepare themselves and be a little more, and come into the season a little more conditioned for 2026. But we will see. That's it on the NBA. And in my opinion, kid, let's go to the ice real quick. The NHL playoffs, in my opinion, have been much better, much better. The hits, obviously, it's a little more physical of a game, but the back and forth, the overtimes, really no sweeps. It's been really good. Yeah, close series. Dallas, they take a 3-2 series lead at home. Devils, they lost in 5. They fucking suck. They lost in double overtime. They were up 3-0 and wind up losing in double overtime. How? How does that win? How does that happen? Ottawa, they win game 5. I mean, how funny would it be if the Maple Leafs blow this? Because now game 6 is back in Ottawa, and if they blow it, it's gonna start. The chirps are gonna happen again. Are they gonna blow a 3-0 lead? Oh my god! If they do that in Canada to their Ontario rivalry, that is going to be hilarious. Vegas, they take game 5 in overtime. That's been a good series against the Wild. And to be honest, with the series with the Kings and the Oilers, I don't know how the Oilers are up, but they keep fighting. They took game 5 on the road. They're up 3-2. Caps, that was an easy series. They close out in 5. Tom Wilson is a man. Did you see that hit along the boards the other day?
No, I didn't.
Look it up real quick. Tom Wilson hit. It should be the first thing that pops up. People were saying it was a dirty hit. Get your fucking mind out of the gutter. That shit was the cleanest hit I've ever seen. Fucking nailed him. Head was down.
That was clean.
Oh my.
Clean.
Right?
Yeah, it was clean.
Oh my god. All the casuals like, oh, he's gonna hurt. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was clean. That was one of the cleanest hits I've seen in playoff.
It's playoffs.
I'm a little less than a casual, and I'll tell you that's clean.
Kid, you got the Lightning right the other night, but the Panthers winded up closing the series out in 5 as well. Tampa had no shot in that series.
Hey, we went 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters. And Winnipeg back and forth with St. Louis. They took a 2-0 lead. St. Louis, they come back. They win 2 in a row. Winnipeg takes game 5 last night. So it's been back and forth the NHL playoffs. It's been really, really entertaining so far. Let's go to the NFL. We had some news. The Browns, this guy keeps getting chances, man. DeAndre Johnson, he gets a 1-year deal with the Browns. He went to the Steelers, then he went to the Ravens. He's just going all in the AFC North.
You know me, I like DeAndre.
He's not good. He's not good. That's a fair thing to say.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Has he been trending downwards? Absolutely. But is the potential there? We saw a couple games last year. We saw what he was doing in Pittsburgh when healthy. So at the end, they give him a shot, give him some targets. I think he'll put up good numbers.
All right. We also had another signing, wide receiver. Bill signed former Browns. Speaking of the Browns, Elijah Moore to a 1-year deal up to $5 million. Immediately their second best receiver. Immediately. Outside of Khalil Shakur, kid.
The rookie. I like the rookie last year.
Keon Coleman,
I like
he got hurt.
Yeah, but Elijah Moore is a vet, and not for now we saw in the weeks when Jameis came in, he was putting up great numbers.
You.
8 catches, $140, 6 catches, 90 yards. We saw multiple weeks in a row when he was putting up great numbers. So I know Josh Allen, if he's able to get him the ball, I think Elijah Moore wouldn't be surprised he goes out there and have about 500-600 yards receiving.
And now he gets the league MVP on it with him. I'm telling you, kid. I'm telling you, I like it. Second best receiver.
He's gonna get a lot of one-on-one coverages too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like Keon Coleman. He needs to prove it a little more. There were games where he was like, okay, he's good, and then there were games where I didn't even know he was on the field. Yeah. So, what else? Let's stay in the low-key receiver. 49ers and 6-time Pro Bowl tight end George Kittle. They finally get him paid 4 years, $76.4 million extension. He gets $40 million of that guaranteed. Last season was great for George Kittle. He became one of 5 tight ends in the league history to have 4 or more 1,000-yard receiving. Can you name the other 4 tight ends?
Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates.
No, you got 2 of the 4. Rob
So
Gronkowski, Travis
Kelce.
Kelce, and then one more.
What? Shannon Sharp?
Mm-mm. Wait, hey, we can't be saying that name.
We
I'm
wasn't
just
Shannon
kidding.
Sharp.
I'm just kidding.
Shout out Shannon Sharp, man. Free that man. Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski
Tony Gonzalez in that order.
is in that order. Damn.
So Travis Kelce has 7 seasons with 1,000 receiving yards. Rob Gronkowski has 4. Tony Gonzalez has 4. George Kittle has 4. And there's one more that has 4. He's a Hall of Famer in my book.
So he's not a Hall of Famer yet.
I don't think so.
Damn, I was about to say some bullshit.
Oh, no, he's eligible. Actually, in 2026, he's eligible. Shit, he better be.
Ah.
Little trivia. See, you'll hear this later in the episode.
That's the thing. He just retired.
Exactly. You'll hear this later in the episode, but Malcolm gave me and Elvis a trivia question, and I always do this to him.
He just retired. Great tight end. Oh.
Uh-huh. I hope you get this because you love him.
No.
You know, at least give me a guess.
Damn, I feel like we're taking too long because I'm really trying to get it now. Mark Andrews?
No, Jason Witten.
Shout out Jason Witten.
Legend.
Yeah, I was like, Mark Andrews ain't retired, but I was like, who else could it be? You know, who almost
Who?
Jeremy Shockey.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Yeah, but he didn't have 4.
No, not 4.
Yeah,
but yeah, Jason Witten, Tony Gonzalez, Rob Gronkowski, George Kittle, and Travis Kelce has 7. He's fucking ridiculous. But shout out George Kittle, man. I know he sat out the first week of like volunteer workouts, but you know he was leveraging a contract, and rightfully so. He balled out last year. He was the best player. He was the best player on the team last year.
He knows that playbook in and out. When does he needs to go in there?
And Brock Purdy's next.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to pay him.
Well, I heard. This is not my words. They love their set. They love their 7th round pick
out of Indiana. Ruck. Yeah. That's what I said. Kyle Shanahan was fist bumping the air when they drafted him in the 7th round,
with about 40,000 people viewing. That's
the kid, you know the kid is good.
No, I believe him. When they have a top 5 pick, that's when I don't believe anything.
Shout out Trey Lance.
Yeah, anything after the 5th round, I guarantee you the kid's a stud.
Shout out Andrew Van Ginkel. He got a raise, 1 year, $23 million extension. 22.4 of it is guaranteed. He was one of the best linebackers, not just in Minnesota, but in the league last year. So Vikings gave him a little bump as well. So shout out him for that. What else? And then let's end it with the Falcons. They fined $250,000 to defensive coordinator Jeff Olberg.
No, $250,000 to the team, $100,000 to Jeff Olberg.
Oh, okay. You see, thank you. So Falcons got the $250,000, and then Jeff Olberg got the $100,000. But they've been fine, not just this year, but over $1 million within like the last few years. What's going on in Atlanta? Why do they keep getting fined?
To be honest, I don't know that answer, but with Jeff's situation, it is just not. I think the exact term was not securing confidentiality of draft players, something like that, building those lines. At the end of the day, if his son didn't make a jokingly mistake that honestly possibly went a little too far on draft day, this would have never happened. So I'm gonna just blame Jeff Olberg's son and not the Atlanta Falcons.
Kid, we have breaking news. Literally, we were just talking about it. What?
Purdy got paid?
No, I fucking wish. I'm advocating for Brock Purdy to get paid, even though I do like the kid from Indiana. But no, Shams just tweeted, after conversations with Tyrese Halliburton's father, John, the Indiana Pacers front office said John Halliburton will not attend teams' home and road games for the foreseeable future.
What I say?
Not just this series.
They watching live.
This was a decision made by Pacers front office, and John Halliburton was understanding and accepted the decision that was made coming from the front office. And he said, John Halliburton also came out and said he publicly apologized to Giannis. But like you said, there's one thing about being a dad and getting hyped and even going on the court and celebrating with your team. But when you overstep that line and get in another person, especially it's Giannis, when you get in one of the stars' face like that, you just can't do that. And the Pacers as an organization had to step in. I like it. I thought they were just going to suspend him for like the series, but they said foreseeable future.
Yeah, for the rest of the year. Right, Richie? So, like I said, he stepped the line. If he would have just stood at half court waving his son's, flag or whatever it was, poster, that's fine. You want to say, yeah, we won. What a game. Giannis, you still a bad man. But my son's team got you this time. That's all fun. The fact that you went chest to chest with Giannis, that's a step too far. But don't get me wrong. I would love to be chest to chest with Giannis. Well, maybe not chest to chest, but I would love to dap Giannis up. You could have dapped him up and said, great series. Something like that. But you was, like Giannis said in the post game, shout out Giannis. He said snitches get stitches. But his father was talking shit to him. He was cursing. We don't know what he was saying. So the fact that Giannis took it and didn't put him on Front Street, because who knows what he was saying to him. We don't know. But like I said, he just went a step too far. Shout out the Pacers for and shout out him for being understanding. He could have made this bigger than what it was.
But I don't know if he had a choice.
He definitely had. I think Tyrese was like, "Yo, you're
bugging. Just stay at the crib.
Just stay at the crib." Like I said, I would have put him in a box or something, but I would not see him able to stay on court side for the remainder of the playoffs.
If you're Giannis, are you swinging? You got nothing to lose at this point. You bounced.
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm Giannis, no. The way Giannis is built. For example, if that was Draymond, I'm swinging. If that's Iman Shumpert, he's swinging.
Mm-hmm.
If that's
Rasheed Wallace,
he's swinging.
Giannis, he got thrown out of the McDonald's All-American game in high school.
Stephen Jackson, Matt Barnes, they swinging.
Yeah, they're swinging. But they were built different back then.
Yeah, if that's Tony Allen, he's swinging. But even if that's Manu Ginobili, I think Manu Ginobili's hit him with that.
Wow.
Yeah, even Manu Ginobili, because he was like that.
You like Manu.
Yeah, I like Manu. But Giannis, like I said, I personally think this was going. Giannis is like, I know you, but I don't know you. You look familiar. And damn, we really blew this lead.
He was sick.
It's 51 seconds left. It's an 8-point game. If I'm Giannis, I'm over here like, hi, I'm about to fly back. I'm about to, we about to eat this tonight. These dudes hit 2 threes in a row. I'm panicking. And I'm telling you, there's a lot going through Giannis's mind. And the fact that I got this, I'm going to say he's 6 foot, guy just screaming at me, talking shit. And I'm trying to figure out who he is, because clearly they allow him to be this close to me. Nobody's coming to grab him like, hey, so he's a somebody. I know Giannis ain't oblivious to the fact like this, So at the end of the day, I think Giannis went about it the right way, as he should, as possibly a future face of the NBA. But shout out the Pacers. I think they did the right thing.
Yeah, shout out Pacers. They did do the right thing. All right, kid. We got a great interview coming up with Malcolm Bamford. We talk a little baseball as well, and previewing the Kentucky Derby. Gave out his 4 picks. Hopefully there's some winners there this Saturday. 151st Kentucky Derby. So we'll take that in just a minute. But before we do that, quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the Kentucky Derby, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. And now, here is our interview with Malcolm Bamford. All right, great interview with Mal. We talked a little baseball as well. He's actually high on your Red Sox, kid, so that is good. We got some positive things there. Talk about the NL West, some winners, losers of the first month, and he gave out some really good knowledge. I mean, I hit him with a bunch of questions because, like he said, I started to dive too deep into the Kentucky Derby. I tried to not just, bet the nicest name or bet the horse that looks the nicest. I was even getting into the Japanese horses. And he said, one day they are going to win it. So he did give out four
Not just
winners.
win it, but possibly dominate the sport moving forward.
Kid, what do you like for the Kentucky Derby? Any of the ones that he gave out?
I like Publisher. I like the name. All right, let's start with the names.
Yeah.
Flying Mohawk. Might throw a couple dollars on Flying Mohawk. Cool name. American Promise. I like American Promise.
But, I like America.
Yeah. And I think we got to take into consideration, this number 6 and number 7 horses, like he said, that Japan might be due. And then he said Publisher, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Publisher. No,
Sovereignty.
I might go with Sovereignty. He also said he kind of likes Cold Battle. So, like I said, I might just, like he said, put a little $3 here, $5 here, $10 here. Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Come out with a nice date with the family.
I mean, it's a very exciting 60 seconds or however long it is. But yeah, he did give out the number 16 horse Cold Battle at 25-1. He gave out the number 9 Burnham Square at 11-1. He gave out Sovereignty. That was the second favorite besides Journalism. Journalism is the favorite. Sovereignty is plus 600. He gave that out. And he gave out Final Gambit at 50-1. Right? Oh, no, 20-1.
And then he gave us a couple of fades. So for the people listening,
yeah,
Citizen Bull, hard no.
Yes.
Read Your Judgment, hard no. And Sandman, hard no. So we're fading those 3. Yeah. Everybody else, he's saying, are live.
And it was funny that he said the Sandman because I was gonna ask him like, "Oh, that's the one I bet already," and then he said that, and while we're interviewing,
cash out.
While we were interviewing him, I look for the cash out button and I can't cash out, and I write on the notepad next to me, "fuck," because I was just mad that I bet before talking to Mal about it. So, well, it's all right. Hopefully, Hey, we're gonna win one of them, right? So we're gonna win one. Well, good luck on the Derby, kid. Should be exciting this weekend. Cannot wait for that. It is always exciting first weekend of May. Let's get to these picks, though. We will start in the NBA. Two games tonight. Knicks going back to Little Caesars Arena. Malik Beasley said that place is better than the Garden. That will forever be in my head. Short favorites for the Pistons, -1.5, -119 on the money line, -101 for the Knicks. You could get them at plus money at even money as well. Totals at 213, kid. Can the Knicks close it out?
And first of all, for us, generation forever be the Palace.
Second of all, what the fuck is Little Caesars?
I know.
No one even fucking eats that.
I saw Chauncey Billups in them ball. It's the Palace to me. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like your Knicks. I was telling you about this. I like your Knicks tonight. Better team. I expect Jalen Brunson to bounce back. But and also the other side of me is also saying it's also hard for a team to lose 3 straight home games. In my opinion, the Pistons are a good team. It's hard to see a good team lose 3 straight home games. Give credit if the Knicks are able to do that. 3 straight road wins. But I think it's a tough task. I'm going to just stay away, though. If anything, I like them in the teaser. You can tease the Knicks up to plus 7.5 in a 6-point teaser, just because I do think it'll be close. Like I said, I do think your Knicks will win the game. I just see it hard for a team to lose 3 straight home games.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Knicks here straight up. I got it at even money. You know what to do tonight, boys. You know what to do tonight. Take care of business, Cat, Jalen Brunson, Malik Bridges. I like
He needs to
Malik
step
Bridges.
up. He needs to step up. He
Yeah,
needs
no,
to step up.
he has stepped it up the last few games. Not game 4, but game 5 he had 17 points. Game 3 he had 20. Game 2 he had 19. I think I took him over 1.5 threes. You could get that at -120. He hit this in 4 straight games. The only game he did not hit this was game 1. It was his worst game. But outside of that, he's been much better, especially late. So I like I'm gonna take the Knicks money line. I like Malik Bridges over 1.5 threes. And then for the second game, I do have another player prop. Denver Nuggets on the road taking on the Clippers, trying to close this series out as well. Clippers big favorites, -6 at home, -260 on the money line, +215 for the Nuggets. Total is at 212. Kid, what do we like here?
Must-win game for the Clippers. I do think they take care of business, but I'm not going to lay the 6.5 with them, Dill. Like I said, 6-point teaser with the Knicks. Give me the two-way 6-point teaser. Give me the Denver Nuggets to +12.5. That's a two-way -134. Like I said, people, we're playing it safe. I do expect the Clippers to force a game 7, but I can't deny how well Jokic and Jamal Murray has been looking. If a supporting cast, is it Aaron Gordon? Is it Michael Porter Jr.? If it's somebody else that's able to step up to the party, Dill, I think a good chance is the series ends tonight in 6. But I do think the Clippers have enough to advance into a game 7. I'm going to play it safe. Like I said, it's been a rough week. I'm going to play it safe. Two-way teaser. Give me the Denver Nuggets to +12.5, Dill. And I have a three-way parlay, Dill. Like I said, it's been a rough week. We're trying to get some money back. We're not even trying to be in the green. We're just trying to get back to even. Dill.
Okay.
Three-way 20-point parlay. Give me Jokic, 20 points. Give me Kawhi Leonard, 20 points. And give me your boy on a bounce back, Jalen Brunson, 20-plus points at -105. Three-way parlay, people. Jokic, Kawhi, and Brunson, all 20 points each, -105.
I like it, kid.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, Dill, like I said, we're trying to bounce back today.
I'm rooting for you, kid. I like no side or total for the Nuggets Clippers game, but I like the Chris Dunn over 1.5 threes at +158. He went 3 for 4 from 3 in game 5, and I mean, if you're gonna leave the guy open in the corner, the Nuggets completely ignored him. So I'm not sure we're gonna see him knock down another 3 threes here in game 6, but I'll put a little something. It is +158 for a reason, but Chris Dunn has made at least 2 threes in 3 of the 5 games in this series. He's taken 4.6 triples per game in those 5 games as well. So he's going to attempt 5-6 attempts this game. All I need is 2 threes at +158. Let's go, Chris Dunn. I'm a big Chris Dunn fan tonight. We do have a lined up for the next series or game 6 here for the Rockets and Warriors on Friday at 9:00. Going back to the Bay Area, Golden State -4.5, -215 on the money line, +183 for the Rockets. Total 203. What are we thinking here, kid?
Oh, Dill, what an impressive game by the Houston Rockets last night. I do think they make it a series, but realistically, Dill, Golden State and Golden State. Is Jalen Green going to be all right? We saw him a little wobble with that ankle or knee injury. Wasn't sure. But we saw Amin Thompson, 25. Dylan Brooks, 20-plus. Seagon, 15-plus. Fred VanVleet, 26 points in game 5. If those guys show up on the road, the Rockets are going to force a game 7. It's just, I think Steph Curry is going to have something to say about that. I think Jimmy Butler is going to have something to say about that. So I expect a better performance from this Golden State Warriors team. But these young bulls with Indiana Doka, I have some faith in them, Dill. So as of right now, I like the +5.5. I don't think they're just going to get blown away. Don't get me wrong. I do think Golden State should advance. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a game 7 in Houston. I kind of like so far the +5.5 with the Rockets. If it goes 7, people, take Steph Curry's points over. I'm telling you right now, take Steph Curry's points over. I probably even like Steph Curry points over in game 6. He's at 25 right now, -116. I say tomorrow will be at 25.5. I like Steph Curry's point total at home.
All right, let's go to game 1 on Friday in Cleveland. Cavs laying 8 here. No John Halliburton. He will not be in attendance. +8 for the Pacers, +270 on the money line.
They play Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Friday, but it's
close. Did I?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was literally reading Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, 7 p.m. Totals at 229. Big total here. Two teams that have really good offenses.
It's gonna be interesting. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a little high. What is the spread? I don't even have the number in front of me.
Yeah, so right now, the Pacers are 8-point underdogs on the road.
See, that's a little too much. Both teams are I want to say well rested, but they're rested. I think they're ready to go. I like the depth from the Indiana Pacers, and like I said, they have the experience. I understand they're still a young team, but they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. This Cavs team is great, well coached, superstar in Donovan Mitchell. They have the potential to honestly go all the way. I won't put it past them, but for game 1, I think 8.5 points is a little too much. I might be taking the Pacers plus 8.5 for game 1.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the NHL, kid. Only 2 games here on the ice for tonight. We got the Golden Knights at the Minnesota Wild. Anything for you before I give out? I got a ton of picks.
Dale, to be honest, I might go with the Maple Leafs, man. After losing 2 straight, I think they're gonna have to close it out tonight. So give me the Maple Leafs -105, -104 on the money line. They cannot lose this game.
Yeah.
Must-win game, even though you're up 3-2.
We'll start with the Maple Leafs and Senators game. I like Brady Tkachuk over 3.5 shots on goal. I think that's going to be my favorite play here as in this game. He's recorded 4 more shots on a goal, and he's been a beast here in this series for them. So I like Toronto. I hope Ottawa kind of wins this game, but I'm going to go Brady Tkachuk over 3.5 shots on goal. That's going to be one of my favorite plays in this game. Let's go to the Knights and Wild. I like the first period over 1.5 goals and both teams to score. You could get the both teams to score at plus money. I like Jack Eichel. He's really starting to come on in games 4 and games 5. I like him over 2.5 shots on goal. You could get that at -120. The next game, Stars and Avalanche. I'm going to take the Avalanche to score first. It's kind of been one of the trends I've been tracking in the playoffs. And the team that loses the previous game, they wind up scoring the opening goal the following game. The trend is 22-10 in this year's playoffs. And the Avalanche have scored in the first goal of the game following their 2 losses to Dallas. They just lost. Let's take them to score here in game 6. And then the last game, Oilers and Kings. Like I mentioned, I don't know how the Oilers are up, but they're just going to continue to dominate here. I'll take a -1.5. You could get that at +150. So a nice little pizza bet there for you guys there. But yeah, kid, that's all I got on the ice for tonight. Let's go to the MLB. We've had day baseball. My Mets lost.
Killing me. I took the Brew Crew earlier, Dale.
Oh my
8-0.
God.
8-0. It's over.
Yeah, they're getting dominated. It's been a bad day. Like I said, a little regression.
It's been a bad week. For the
bad
boys.
week. Anything else here? You like your Red Sox are playing the Blue Jays.
Red Sox, we took, like I said, 0-6 yesterday. I was on the Red Sox. Who would I be not to go with them back-to-back days? The money's on my side, though, Dale. Caught the Red Sox earlier, -109 on the money line. With Hawk, right now it's at -118 against Barrios. Money's coming in my way. I don't trust Barrios that much. Don't trust Hawk that much, but I do expect us to bounce back. Give me the Red Sox. I still love it at -118.
Yeah, Tanner Hawk is a complete fade. I can't back him. I hate that game. That's a bad game.
Yeah.
Nationals Phillies, I kind of lean over 9.5. It's high for
it's at 10 right now. So
10. It's climbing. Yeah, nothing in the Red Sox game. I like Tigers -110. I think that's a good spot for them on the road against Yusei Kikuchi. And then the last game, Rockies at Giants. Let's take the Giants team total over 4.5. The last 5 games, the Rockies and their starters, they gave up 8, 6, 8, 6, 8. You got to take the team total over here. I just don't feel like there's any way they don't score 5 runs. Kyle Freeland, he's been awful in the month of April, giving up 5+ runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. So, yeah, I'm going to take the team total here over for the San Francisco Giants. And then let's end it with the UFL. We are here already in week 6. Shout out to the UFL, though, staying consistent with the Friday game. Always, you got the one Saturday and you got the 2 Sunday games.
You gotta at least love that, people. You might not love the league, but you gotta love the fact that it's weekend football all weekend.
I love it. Yeah, like I said, no one has been eliminated so far from the playoffs, which is surprising. Are we worried about the Stallions?
I wouldn't say worried, but they're not who they were last year. Do I think are they gonna three-peat? As of right now, I don't think so. Do I give them a shot to do it? Yeah.
All right, let's go to St. Louis. They have the home field advantage. Let's see if they could get the win. They are 3.5-point favorites here on the road against the Arlington Renegades. -160 on the money line, +144. Arlington total is at 42. We're starting to see higher totals here as well.
Yeah, offenses are coming along. To me, this game should have been on Sunday night. This should have been flipped with the Stallion game, in my opinion. This Renegades has been pretty good. You know how I feel about Seattle Battlehawks.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. I kind of like the +145 with the Renegades still. St. Louis hasn't looked that impressive to me lately. Renegades have. Renegades offense has been pretty impressive. Defensively, they've been looking better. Still, I might take the +145, the Renegades. As of right now, I'm staying away. But if I had to go and make a decision, I like the Renegades.
You might do it. I'm gonna do it. I think the wrong team is favored here. I like Arlington here, +3.5, +140 on the money line, whatever you could get. I don't know if I'm fully there with St. Louis, if I'm being honest. So
I like them.
Yeah, I think St. Louis. I think Arlington is a little better of a team, especially, on defense. So I'm going to take them. I think this is a good bounce back spot for Arlington and kind of a letdown spot for St. Louis. Let's go to Saturday. Would you look at that? Your Houston Roughnecks are laying 4 points at home against Memphis Showboats. +195 if you like the choo-choo Showboats. Totals 36.5, kid. I'm laying it here with Houston. I know people would say, who is Houston to lay points? But I think they're figuring some things out. And to be honest, they're not as bad as I thought they were. 2-3. Not the best offense, but their defense has actually been better than I thought. They're coming off a nice win. I like Houston here at home. I'll lay the 4 points.
I like Houston here. I'm not sure if I'm going to lay the 4. I'll also like them under 36.5, though. Like you said, Houston Roughnecks defense has been pretty good. Both offenses are a little shaky, and I trust Roughnecks defense just a little more. We've been seeing them show out, and they're at home. I like the under 36.5. If anything, Houston money line, if you could parlay it with the under. I'm not sure if you could get the double in there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to lay a deal, but I like the under 36.5, and I do like Houston. Houston goes 3-3, Dale. They might be live.
Yeah. They're all live. They're all live right now. Let's go to Sunday, 12 o'clock here Eastern. We will go to Michigan. I think this is the game. I know you mentioned St. Louis and Arlington. I think this is the game of the week. DC Defenders on the road, taking on the Michigan Panthers. Panthers laying 2.5 here at home, -160 on the money line, +140 for DC. Total is at 42. Kid, I'm going to take the 2. I'll lay the 2.5 here with Michigan. I think right now they have the better defense. And DC has been good. Offensively, they've been good. But Michigan has been putting up points as well. They just, on the road, they're running into some tough matchups here. But at home, they are 2-1. They've actually scored more points than DC this year. They've scored the most points out of anyone in the league, 118. So I like it. I think this is a good bounce back spot for them. They did lose last week. So, yeah, I'll take Michigan here at home.
Yeah, Joe. I'm going to take possibly the dog of the week. Give me DC Defenders plus 125 on the money line. Don't get me wrong, Dill. I'm with you. Michigan is definitely the better defense. They're at home. I like them early on, but what I've been seeing from DC these past few weeks, Dill, kind of liking it. Kind of liking it. It might come bite me later, Dill. But give me DC plus 125 on the money line. Michigan is a good team, people. Michigan is good.
All right, let's go to the last game. Alabama, Burlington, Alabama Stallions. They are laying 10 now. Last time I checked, it was 9. Laying 10. San Antonio plus 10, plus 375 on the money line. Earlier I was saying Memphis might be the worst team, but I think it's San Antonio. They've given up 130 points. Can you guess the second team? Memphis. They lost 108. It's not even close. They've only scored 68 points this year. San Antonio is the worst team in the league. Perfect bounce back spot. I know who's Burlington. Who they've only covered one time, and who are the Stallions to be laying double digits? But they are home, and historically they haven't been covering big numbers. But there's no time like the present. Give me the Stallions. I'll lay the 10 points.
You got more balls than me, though. Give me the Brahmas plus 9.5 on the road. If I could get the plus 10, I'm smashing the plus 10 deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Brahmas are live. I'm not saying they're a good team. All I'm saying is the San Antonio, Alabama Stallions fell off just a little bit. They're not as great as they were last year. I think the Brahmas could hang around. Would I be surprised they get blown out? I wouldn't be, but I think they could lose, let's just say 20. Nah, I'm going to say 25-18 Stallions.
All right, kid. Well, good luck. It should be a really good weekend full of sports, and it's one of the biggest fighting weekends of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've been in New York.
Yeah, I be in New York. That's the issue. I'm not ready for what I'm about to witness tomorrow, Dill. Biggie, I'll be rolling through the city. My route is Manhattan and Brooklyn. I hear there's a ring getting set up in Times Square.
Yeah, it's already up.
I know. What's going on with that? I hope people ain't trying to be at the fight early. I hope they're not trying to line up.
It's only VIP. Like, we can't go.
Okay, cool. Because I got places to be, places to go. It's Friday. It's going to be May 2nd. And I'm not trying to get caught up by time.
You better get there early.
It's not my choice. It's Friday, Dill. Got things to think. I got things to do, places to be, and guess what? One of those places is Times Square, right on 41st Street.
Oh,
so it's not good.
It's a dub. You better park a block down. You're not getting in.
I'm gonna go up 6th Ave. I'm gonna make a left on 41st. Then I'm gonna go down 7th.
It sounds good.
It sounds good.
It sounds good.
It sounds good.
Yeah, we got Fury fighting headlined by Ryan Garcia. Should be really fun. His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh is putting it on. Has to be $500 million he's paying for this. I mean, they have to be
Times Square. I think it might be more.
I mean, whatever it is.
Is he shutting down Times Square?
No, he's not shutting it down, but he shut down a couple blocks.
That's what I'm saying. He's shutting it down. That costs a lot of money.
And what I've heard was, how like obviously boxers and athletes, they get ready in like a locker room. They're getting ready in like a building, like a business building down a few blocks, and they're taking a cab to the ring.
Yeah, New York. What are you gonna do? You could have took the subway.
Shit's crazy though.
They should be training by 72nd, 71st Street, and then take the train downtown, right to Midtown.
It's crazy, but they're starting at 6:00, and they have to. The city said they have to be done by 10:30. So
that's not good. I'm gonna be in the city.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
I'm trying to be out of there by 11 a.m. So hopefully it's not too crazy.
Yeah, so we got that going on this weekend. We got Canelo. Canelo is fighting this weekend, and then we have a big UFC event in Des Moines, Iowa. So a lot going on this weekend. We got the Kentucky Derby. We got playoffs, NBA and NHL. We got baseball. We got UFL. Kid, we are locked and loaded. This is the best time of the year.
Mm-hmm. And
any big plans?
Well, Cinco de Mayo is Monday.
You celebrate?
Can't promise. I'm going to be honest. Can't promise. As of right now, I can't promise I'm going to be ready to go on Monday. I might be a little enthusiastic on Monday. Definitely gonna celebrate with my people. Shout out Mexico. Shout out Cinco de Mayo. Hope everybody enjoy their weekend.
Yeah, hopefully everybody enjoys their weekend. Stay safe as well. Enjoy the games. Enjoy everything.